Yo, what's up, guys? It's episode number 2, Whiskey Wilderness Roundtable. We are back. I'm Tyler,
And I'm Max.
and we're live.
We are live.
Welcome
Episode
back.
2. Thank you guys for tuning in again. We really appreciate it.
Hopefully you guys have tuned into the first episode, but if you haven't, it's live on Spotify and Google Podcasts, and will be on Apple and YouTube.
We're working on Apple. I'm an Android user, and I think the Apple sucks.
Yeah.
But because they make you go through a lot of loopholes to put your podcast up.
Tell me you're poor without telling me you're poor.
Just kidding.
Stupid iPhone people.
No, so we are, we're definitely going to have it on Apple. And I think as of right now, we're just going to throw a still image of the logo up on YouTube and run the audio behind it. So we should have it up on all 4 major platforms by the end of the week.
We're hoping to get the video stuff figured out. We're still trying to figure out how to integrate all that. We're noobs.
So. Yeah. We're, like we said, we're still trying to figure out, all the tech side of things, all the equipment side of things. Ty's still running his
shitty mic,
crummy little microphone that he was supposed to order a new one 3 different times now. And
yeah, we talked about it last time and the time before that, and somehow my orders keep getting canceled.
Yeah.
It wasn't me, but
it wasn't sober you.
Yeah, I think drunk me is the frugal little bit.
It's a good problem to have, I guess. It's the reverse of what it tends to be, I suppose.
Yeah, I think it like turns me into like this little like cancel fairy thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like, no, you got to cancel your subscriptions and all the things you bought.
Drunk rocket money.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. It's just like, oh, instead of like spending all this extra money, I'm like, no, I should save this money and buy something like in the stock exchange. And then it's like sober me is like, oh my God, I want this, so I'm going to buy it,
You wake up the next morning hungover just wanting to watch Netflix and you find out your subscription's canceled.
Everything has just been
it's gone. Yeah, you sold half your stuff in your house.
Exactly. All of a sudden I have a portfolio. I'm just like, wow, I'm really impressive with my money when I'm drinking.
It's enough of a reason to keep drinking, I guess.
Other than it also cost me money, so you think that'll eventually catch up to where
maybe that's why you're doing it. Maybe you're cutting stuff so you can continue to buy more.
Drunk me.
Yeah, it just wants more, so you're cutting expenses so you can afford to continue to drink.
Drunk me's trying to snuff out sober me. He's just like, I'll be drunk all the time.
Take him over.
I just have to spend his money smarter while he's sober.
Oh shit.
No, but welcome.
Yeah.
We're still enduring through this shitty winter.
Yep. It's over.
Likes. It's definitely over.
We shouldn't say that. We just got snow just not too long ago again, but
it's gone.
The winter is not non-existent. We put the kibosh on the ice season. Ixnayed that it's over. Yep. Pulled all the stuff out, reorganized, getting it all put away.
Yeah, it just got to the point like you start hearing stories of people drilling through, and that guy who came in to work and he's like,
Taff.
Yeah, drilled through the ice and the bottom 3 inches broke off the bottom of the hole. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, when your 8-inch auger hole is now 12, come on.
I'm done. I'm out. It's not worth a dip.
And we were at the point where we just had our shit laying around and weren't using it.
Yeah, my truck was just like I always keep all my fishing gear in the back end of my truck. If you ever just want a quick little outing or whatever.
Yeah, jump out for a little bit after work or something.
So the back seat was full of shit and all my fishing gear, and I hadn't organized anything because I hadn't used it since Red Lake, pretty much.
Yeah, the one other time that we got out.
Yeah,
I think we got out once.
One other time since, and so it finally got to the point where I was so frustrated. I'm just like putting it away.
Yeah,
I don't want to look at it anymore.
Yeah, I was talking to a guy today that was headed up to Lake of the Woods, and I think realistically, they should have 4 feet of ice right now, and they're on 20.
Yeah.
Which I guess they're hammering them up there still, which is good for them. I wish I could take a trip up there, but we're just done.
I think that's where Brady was last weekend.
Okay.
He said he was sitting on 22.
Yep.
I want to say it was Lake of the Woods. Otherwise, it was. No, it had to be Lake of the Woods. Yeah, it was Lake of the Woods, and he was slaying them.
Yeah, I heard it's been really good. I mean, late ice notoriously is pretty solid, but
they were just stacking walleyes.
It's up there. It's nuts.
There's this little part of me in the back of my brain that's like, pull the castle back up there.
Yep.
But
just make a run.
$100 in gas for a weekend sucks.
And the way things are going, you don't even know what it's going to be like when you get up there.
Yeah.
With how fast it's changing, like I don't know. I think Adrian's is still letting people out. I think that's where he's going out of, but it's just it changes so freaking fast now. I don't even know if it's worth it.
And just seeing people who have fallen through, and unfortunately, to me, what I've seen the most of is on Lake of the Woods.
Yep.
Where the most people have fallen through this year.
Yep.
And it's not worth a truck.
No,
it's not worth your ice castle. It's not worth any gear. It's not worth me. It's just,
hey, you get your one insurance claim.
Maybe.
And then they drop you.
Yeah, they drop you. And then you're stuck with the general.
Yeah. Or those like shitty little ads that always email you like, check your car rates here. Yeah. Okay, thanks.
Because like they share that information with each other. They're like, ooh.
Yeah, this guy's
looks like you fell through the ice once. Huh? Yeah, I don't know if I want to cover you either. Yeah. That's the same thing with dog bites.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I know that one firsthand.
You get one dog bite claim?
The chick's dog who bit me last December, they basically were like, yep, we'll pay for it, but
and then kibosh.
Yeah, you're out. They dropped her like
the
same day.
Health insurance?
Or
is that under home insurance?
I think that was well, she was renting, so it was under
renter insurance.
So
okay.
Homeowners, renters.
Sure. Yeah. Yep.
Which allegedly, I guess, renters insurance covers more than homeowners
insurance
in some instances, which doesn't make any sense.
No, especially when you don't own the home.
Well, and that at least that's the perception I've been given by people who
sure.
understand it more than what I do.
Sure. Yeah,
so I could be completely wrong.
Absolutely clueless.
Anyways,
back to the ice fishing season. I mean, it was decent when we got out.
Yeah.
We caught a good chunk of fish. It was short lived, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were able to pull the track sled out. It's going on over a week now.
Probably closer to 2 now, actually.
Yeah, week and a half, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Did pull the track sled out there. It was fine. We had 10 inches. We were the only people out there, which I mean,
just makes you question things a little bit. I think. Yeah. We've done our due diligence and stuff, and like we said, it was safe. But it just as soon as you get out there and it's an empty parking lot and the lake's just a ghost town, it's kind of eerie.
Yeah,
it makes you reevaluate things for a second.
Kind of butt puckering a little bit. Like, when are we gonna fall through? Here? Is it here?
Hopefully closer to shore, just off the landing. But no, this is always a kind of an emotional time for us when we hang it up. This is one of our favorite things to do, so it always sucks. But we got plenty of stuff to look forward to coming up.
I think it stung just a little bit more this year, just because we were so excited for the season.
For sure,
it just got stomped out. I mean, we hardly fished.
Yeah, and this is going on 2 years in a row that we just didn't get quite the season that we were hoping for. Which, yeah, it stings.
Well, last year I had a baby, and
yeah, way to go, dude.
I know, right?
Keep it in your pants.
God. And so we didn't get to get out really at all. I took the ice castle out, 2 weekends?
Yeah.
Last year?
Yeah.
And that was the first year I'd actually owned the ice castle. So this is second year owning it, and I took it out one time.
Yeah, so we're going on
3 years.
Three outings in 2 years.
3 outings in 2 years. It sucks. It hurts. That one, my ass is chapped, and there's not enough Vaseline.
Yeah, there ain't no Tux ain't doing nothing for you.
So use the shit out of it camping, just to try and feel like you
reason with
your
it.
money's worth. Because I've got a giant blue fucking lawnmower essentially sitting in my side yard.
It looks cool in the yard, but when you don't get to
Yeah,
use it,
that's great.
that's
I
expensive.
should decorate it,
Yeah.
like a Christmas tree or something.
We'll just do every holiday. We'll get Dana to print out some vinyl stickers for it for every season.
Perfect. At least it's doing something.
Yeah, we might as well turn it into a duck blind for the fall and turkey blind for the spring.
I did use it earlier in the season. Actually, I just remembered this. I was baby free for a weekend, so it was me and a couple friends. We went out there, turned the heat on, and we just played cards.
Yep.
And got drunk.
Yeah,
so
it feels nice, even if it's parked right next to your house, that you're not in your house.
Right. Yeah.
It breaks up the monotony of everyday life.
Just utilize it for something. Plus it keeps the heater. All right.
Yeah, you gotta make sure everything's running every once in a while. Kick it on.
Just maintenance.
Yeah.
Sort of. Never did dump the house after.
Oh God, yeah, that's still sitting in there, ain't it?
It's still sitting in there, so I'm really afraid of that.
She's getting warm now. That might be cooking a little bit.
Yeah, no, there's nowhere down in our area really that I know about that has an allowed dump station in the winter. Everybody closes them and locks them.
Yeah. I don't think Waterville is unlocked unless you might have to go in and just ask. I don't know.
I'm wondering if I called them.
Yeah,
but I'm assuming it's an ice cube of shit in there, even with the antifreeze in there, because it was already iced up on.
No, it can't be now, dude. It's 50 degrees out.
What's the temp right now, though? It's still freezing overnight.
Oh, we're 40.
Okay.
She might be fine. I don't know.
So, rule of thumb, kids, when you take a long trip up the Red Lake and you get tired and you don't want to stop,
you should stop.
You should stop.
Yeah, stop regardless.
That was lazy me, and that was completely my own fault. And you can send the hate comments because I deserve it, but
you idiots!
Yeah, I know,
just
right?
mashing the keyboard.
Exactly.
I can hear it now.
Exactly. You're gonna wreck your black tank.
Yeah. So yeah, we're wrapped up with the ice season. We're tipping into spring turkey, getting some open water stuff ready. So those are two fun things to look forward to. You're gonna come out turkey hunting with me this year?
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I think.
Yeah, I think so. Spring's kind of boring otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason why we picked spring turkey up anyways. It's just to bridge the gap between ice and open water. It's tricky. We still haven't bagged a turkey between the whole 2 tags that we've had, but I was able to help get a buddy to get a nice tom last year, so that was pretty cool. We had plenty of interactions with the turkeys, and that was just so neat. So I'm hoping this year will be a little better.
Yeah, I never turkey hunted. Was supposed to go duck hunting with you this year, but things happened in life to where that got kind of messed up too. And so this year is just hopefully going to be the year where we get into everything we actually are attempting to plan.
Just embody everything. Yeah, we're really making a point to just knock on wood.
I'm knocking hard on that wood.
We're just gonna we're gonna dive into everything. That's what we're doing with the podcast. That's what we're doing with the social media channels. The whole 9 yards. We're just jumping head first, 100 miles an hour.
Yeah,
we're just gonna do it.
And honestly, we don't know what the hell we're doing.
No,
I mean, not as far as the hunting, fishing stuff goes, but as far as the extracurricular, the podcasting, the social media stuff, we're just kind of going balls to the wall.
Yeah, and we're kind of doing it blind. Yeah, and it's just fun, and we like sharing it. Obviously, we kind of talked about this on the intro episode, but it's just our passion, and we like to share it with you guys.
Mm-hmm. And we get to drink whiskey on Wednesdays, and I'm drinking a Modelo, and shut up, you stupid Corona person. Okay, then we need to put a poll up here. In this podcast. Modelo versus Corona.
Or your other Mexican beers. Whatever. We can have a third category. I don't even know what else there is. But
Dos Equis.
Oh, yeah.
I'll throw back a Dos Equis, though.
Yeah.
I like
those are good. I'd pick them over a Modelo.
Not a chance.
Yeah.
Nope. I won't drink a Corona.
All right, whatever, dude.
If it's gun to my head and I'm gonna die, I think I'm gonna see the Pearlies.
All right, whatever. To each their own.
Oh shit!
I'm not gonna put our friendship on it or anything, but whatever. I think you're weird.
I think it's diminishing as we speak, but it's fine.
This will be the last podcast episode, and I think we're just gonna go our separate ways here.
We're done here.
No, but we with the whole social media recording stuff, we just picked up some more cameras. We're hoping to get some good footage. You know, we had the intention to kind of start the YouTube channel through the ice fishing season. We just didn't really get the chances to do it. So
well, there was no ice fishing.
Right. There was no opportunity to really get any footage or anything like that for you guys, and we don't want to bore you. So
don't be bored.
Well, and the turkey season might be boring too at the rate that we typically have our turkey seasons.
Right.
So I don't know. We're just gonna try it. We're gonna run, and we got the equipment to do it now. So we're gonna try.
Yep. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's something. It's better than sitting on your couch not doing a damn thing.
Yeah.
So it's just take what you can
get. It is what it is. So we're gonna try.
Yeah. And I don't know a goddamn thing about turkey hunting, so.
I think I have spent so much time because I was so frustrated last year to learn these freaking birds, and I think I have a pretty good knowledge base when it comes to all that stuff. And I've done so much learning and so much studying and a lot of field time last year because I couldn't fill a tag, so I was doing it every freaking day, every chance I had. But no matter what you do, it's always different. It goes for everything that we do in the outdoors. Like, there's no rhyme or reason for half the shit that happens. It's different every day. It just speaks volumes on how you adapt, how you adjust, have the knowledge base, and just trying different stuff, doing what you think is right in the moment, and hoping it comes together. And sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, and that's just kind of part of the fun behind it.
Yeah, I think that's what makes it fun. It's the challenge of it, because you can go to work every day of the week and you're kind of, you fall into this rhythm of doing the same thing over and over again. The whole point of having a hobby on the side is to get you out of that monotony or get you out of that rhythm of whatever you're in, whether you like your job or not. It's something that's a different kind of challenge.
Yep.
And just basing off of what you went through last year, like seeing how frustrated you were with turkey hunting, whereas normally you kind of find a little niche and you're pretty good at kind of delving into it and picking it apart and being able to do it.
Put it together.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you just didn't produce any results last year, which it was fine, but you're like, holy shit, this is a whole new game.
It was a different thrill because, God, now I'm just so determined to go figure it out and get it right. Yep. And that's exciting. To have that passion to go do this, let alone, take the time and do it over and over and over again until you can figure it out or until it clicks. It's just, it's cool.
Yeah, it's fun. And that's why I'm looking forward to learning about it. And it's something to do in the spring. Otherwise, I'm not a fall and I'm not a spring person.
Yep.
Because to me, they're the two seasons. Fall, everything dies.
Yep. It's sad, depressing.
Yeah. And there's nothing to do. Duck hunting and stuff. Yep. Now I'm going to start getting into that. But prior to that, and then spring, it starts getting nice, which I appreciate that portion of it. But everything's muddy.
Yep. It's just a mess.
Everything's just gross, and you can't do yard work. You can't do there's just this weird, you can be outside, but there's not a lot to do outside.
Yep.
So you're just sitting around outside. So to break that up with some sort of hobby just helps to kind of numb the pain a little bit, I guess.
Yeah. And then, I think we're going to have an early spring. Obviously, it's happening kind of right now. And, I think we're gonna have an early open water spawn, so open water crappies should be fun early.
Well, they haven't been absolutely decimated like they normally get around here.
Yeah, I think our spring fishing will be fun. Obviously we're limited to panfish up until what is it, Mother's Day weekend that week. All right. Again, sorry.
Another break.
Yeah, back to open water fishing. It should be good.
Yeah, I'm thinking this year it should. This year should be great. I think I would really wholeheartedly believe like it's gonna be almost easy.
Yeah, which there's a fine line. Again, we like the challenge, but it's going to be nice to be able to get out and effectively do something that we enjoy.
I want to be just ripping some lips because we just didn't get it.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, I've got that drive and that just like, I want to catch a fish.
Yeah.
You just feel that way. You're like, okay, let's just do it. As soon as that ice off, I don't care if it gets cold again. And
Oh no,
ice is off.
I'll put my ice gear on and jump in the
Damn
boat.
right. Which is really funny because if you would have asked me a year ago, 2 years ago, if I would be in a boat in a pair of bibs and a winter coat, I was like, no, those guys are nut jobs.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, yes,
Let's go.
I'm getting my fix. Like,
Let's go.
It's like, I feel like ice fishing is almost like meth. And then like you only have crack, which is open water fishing, to fix that when it's gone. And so you just alternate back and forth.
Good analogy, Ty.
I don't know. I got nothing else for it this year. I'm just so excited to just get on some fish again.
Yeah,
The ice isn't safe, so you can't.
We're just addicted to this shit.
Mhm.
Like, it just is what it is. But yeah, I can't help but think with the water temps already that pike are probably staging on creek channel mouths, and
Mhm.
like it's gonna be an early spawn and it's gonna be a blast.
Yeah, well, it sounds like river fishing has been blowing up around here.
Yeah, oh god, the guy that just delivered to us today at the meat market said
Mhm.
he saw the same boat like 2 weeks straight on the river.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing people down on the river in Mankato
Mhm.
on the shoreline. I bet the walleye fishing's awesome.
Yeah.
I bet it is.
absolutely.
You get that current running again and everything's melting off and fish are getting ready to do their thing, and
Dude,
People
I've river fished twice in my life.
we might have to look into that one of these weekends here just to bridge the gap even more. Why not?
I would try it. I am terrified of running water.
Yeah, but just from the shoreline?
No, I mean that's fine.
Yeah.
But like that's just a weird phobia I have.
Oh, I don't think I'm gonna ever load a boat into a river.
No,
I'm not gonna actively fish a river. It's not really my thing. It's not my forte. I don't like fishing current in the first place. It confuses the fuck out of me.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm a still water kind of guy.
Yeah.
I will jump on a pontoon and go down the St. Croix.
Sure. But that's a big boat.
Yeah.
You put me
Yeah.
on something stable, fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
We my in-laws actually have a boat club that they're in up by the cities. There's like, I want to say there's 100 some odd lakes
Okay.
that's involved in, so you can just pick a boat on your weekend or the weekend or whenever, really.
Yeah.
You just select it, you pay a flat rate fee, and they just get on a boat.
And you go.
Yep. You bring
Huh.
your boat bag, you bring all your gear, your cooler, all that shit, and you get on a boat and go.
That's cool.
So that's really fun, is because I've actually seen a ton of lakes and rivers and stuff like that. Just like whenever I go up there and they're doing that,
yeah.
especially up in like the metro area.
There's a lot of
'cause,
stuff going on up there.
yeah. Like I had never been on Prior Lake until I went out with my in-laws, and then I ended up ice fishing out there,
Sure. Yeah.
and it was good. I mean, but
Well, that's a cool thing. I think like it opens the doors for other opportunities and things that we enjoy.
Mhm.
Maybe you were just leisurely hanging out on a boat on
Right.
a random lake, but you're like, oh, cool. Like,
let me
I-
check out that fish finder.
yeah, I never even thought to fish this.
Mhm.
And it's not right in our backyard, but pretty damn close.
It's an hour drive.
Yeah.
And what's an hour to pull? Even if we pulled the boat up there for a day,
Right.
It's not that big of a deal. And it's fun sometimes too, just to switch it up because, like, you get so accustomed to your own lakes and
Well, yeah, and once you kind of figure out your own lakes, like, you got your spots, you know where fish are, you know what they're
Mhm.
doing, you know how to catch them. It's cool to have that challenge of like, you go in blind, like blind. You got a map, maybe.
Yeah.
If you even look at it, you know,
Right.
like I try to read the maps anywhere I'm going, but it's cool to just go in, no expectations, no idea what you're gonna find, especially on some of the bigger lakes, like Pryor too.
Yeah.
That's not a little lake that you can just break down willy nilly.
No, and it's not a little lake, and there's a lot of different things and channels and things to the lake. So
Yeah.
there's different areas to where you could probably spend a couple days up there.
Oh, yeah.
Just hunting and fishing.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, 100%.
So I guess we're gonna add that to the list of shit to do this summer.
Yeah.
Might as well. Oh, that's right.
All right. So we're gonna segment into our whiskey tasting, which is gonna segment into something else.
Yeah.
We're normally bourbon drinkers.
Yeah. Very much so.
And Ty's not a big Canadian whiskey guy.
Not at all.
Not at all. But we are drinking Canadian Club 1858 blended Canadian whiskey today. And there's kind of a cool reason why, and we'll get into that. But it's not that bad, is it?
Actually, no.
It's not that bad.
As far as a Canadian whiskey goes, and I actually need a little taste. I don't know what the Canucks are doing up there, but why are you putting a plastic cap on the bottle?
Yeah, we're not. Okay, it's a 1999 bottle.
It's an 1858 bottle. It says right there.
$19.99. It's gonna have a screw-off cap.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Cheap? I'm gonna be so.
Well, I didn't have a lot of
tomorrow.
choices, dude.
Where'd you go?
Just up down here.
Okay.
Yeah. Normally I mix my Canadian whiskey. I'm drinking it just straight up raw dogging it, and it's
all right.
It's all right.
It's not bad.
I'm not gonna go into tasting notes or anything like that because it's whatever. It's a $20 bottle. If you're gonna mix it with a Diet Coke or a ginger ale, do your thing.
I think I might mix it with a ginger ale just because I'm kind of hungover. And it's Wednesday, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm not even ashamed of it. It's been a rough week.
Yeah, going back to our intro episode, when we say we do this frequently on a Wednesday, I chose to do it yesterday as well.
Yeah, which isn't normal.
No.
Well, let me rephrase that. It isn't normal in my adult life. At one point in my life, I lived with, there was a total of 7 of us in a house in Mankato. And for whatever reason, Tuesday nights got rowdy. Every single Tuesday. Like, we'd all come home from work. We all had shit days, and we would just hammer.
Okay, Tuesday is notoriously the worst work day ever.
I think
Tuesdays suck.
Tuesdays are worse than Mondays.
100%. Mondays, are going to suck. Tuesdays shouldn't suck that bad, and then they do suck. And that's just even more demoralizing.
And they're usually long. Like today, I watched the clock. And I'm like,
today's Wednesday.
Oh, yesterday, I watched the clock, and I was like, "Holy shit! We're actually like last time I looked at it, it was 10 o'clock, and now it's 9 o'clock."
It turtled along yesterday. Yesterday sucked.
It went backwards.
Yesterday did suck.
And so I got home and I was like, "Oh, the bottle of whiskey's on the counter."
Oh shucks! Shoot!
Yeah.
Somebody uncorked this.
Darn it! And my daughter had a sitter last night, so I was free birding.
Yeah.
And I did.
Yeah.
And I went on a little bit of a tangent. So now I'm just nursing.
Yeah, we're just babying a hangover with another hangover tomorrow.
Yeah. It's going to be great. Especially if I do end up heading up to Ely, which is a 4.5 hour drive with my daughter
Yeah.
tomorrow. Should be
Brave
fun.
man. Brave man.
Yikes.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a decent bottle. I don't know. It's fine.
So Canadian Club, it's exactly 100,000% what you would expect out of a $20 bottle of Canadian whiskey.
Yep.
To me, it kind of reminds me of. It's a better version of a Windsor.
Yeah. And I looked at Windsor and I just went,
If you would have gotten Windsor, I would not be drinking with you currently. I will no.
Is Windsor worse than Crown?
I'm taking Crown over Windsor.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
Good man.
100%.
Yeah.
I've never loved Crown. It just doesn't do anything for me. I'm bourbon. through
Yeah.
and through.
Yeah.
I don't
So-
even like rye whiskey that much.
Yeah. And this will probably be the only Canadian whiskey we'll ever drink on this podcast.
Yeah. And there's a reason for it.
Yep.
Big Canada guy.
Hey.
How you doing?
Doing good, dude. Doing
What
good.
are you thinking?
Well, I'm gonna have to touch up on my French, I think, for this summer.
Where are you headed?
They're not French-speaking Canadians, but we're headed up to Northwest Ontario for the summer.
Okay. And what are you doing up there?
So I kind of got roped in with a cool couple from town here that just closed on a resort yesterday.
Big Canadian guy.
Big Canadian guys. They have been going to this resort for, oh God, I think Andy said 30 plus years.
I didn't know he was actually
it's
going
deep
there prior
rooted.
to this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that makes a lot more sense.
his dad and his dad's family have been going there. And it's something I guess he's wanted to do for a really, really long time. And they had the opportunity arise and kind of threw it together, and they closed on it yesterday. And they asked me if I wanted to come up there and help them run camp and guide for them up there.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's great.
Big Canada guy.
Big Canada guy. It's
So
super exciting.
It's nuts.
It's something you have talked about, have dreamt about. I mean, it's kind of like,
yeah, I'm almost at a loss for words for it because it doesn't even seem quite real yet. You know, we won't go up until probably early May. It's up there. I mean, it's 14 hours north of us, so it's a hike. Their ice out isn't typically happening until beginning of May. So yeah, we won't be going up until probably we won't be doing anything with guests or anything until the last weekend in May. That's when our first bookings are. And it's on a 80-mile wide lake. I mean, it's massive. It's on Lake St. Joseph.
wide or long?
Long?
Long.
I think it'd be long. I mean, it's wide. It's west-east directional. Isn't that wide?
I don't know.
Isn't north-south tall?
I don't know. What is the technicality for judging a lake?
I don't know.
To me, I don't know. 80 miles long just sounded better.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
I'm just calling you.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know.
just throwing-
Okay, 80 miles west-east directionally. It's a big lake. There's a total of 5 camps on there. No residential whatsoever. One road in, one road out. It's wild. It's up there in nothingness.
But there's no roads to the resort, right?
Correct. So
It's all by boat.
yes.
Yeah.
Yep. So there is one road on the east side of the lake that has a public access. And essentially what we're going to have to do, we just essentially built a barge out of a pontoon called the
Very
Canadian.
nice barge.
Yeah, Canadian Cruiser.
That's what they're calling it.
Yep.
Nice.
We
I like
slapped
that.
the decal on.
I like
You were
that.
helping us with the side decals the other day.
Yeah.
But we essentially ripped all the guts out, put a new console in towards the back, and we're gonna load everything onto that barge and shuttle it across the lake.
Dude, it's I'm excited for you.
It's nuts.
I legitimately have this excitement in my belly right now.
Yeah, it's so cool, and it's a lake that is very, very well maintained. As far as keeping good fish in there, slot limits are very, very reasonable. I mean, I think you're releasing anything under 18 for a walleye, anything under 24 for a pike, and there's pike that have been caught over 50 inches.
Under or over?
Under. I say over?
You said under.
Yeah. You're keeping anything under.
Keeping under.
Yep.
You said releasing.
Sorry.
That's where I got confused.
Yep. Anything
So I just wanted
over
to
those
clarify.
slots have to be automatically released. Sorry.
Gotcha.
Yep. Trying to maintain big fish in the lake.
Yep.
And
Which is cool.
Yeah. And so I'm trying to remember the number. I know we get 400 some odd American licenses that we can do through the resort. I think it's 1,700 total for the lake. And it just limits how much pressure can happen on the lake, which is nuts.
Right.
You know, that's really, really cool when you're talking. It can only be fished this hard. These are the only amount of fish that can be kept.
Mm-hmm.
The limits, I think, if you're doing a conservation license, is 2 per person. If you're doing a standard rec license, is 4.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's enough for a meal for each person. You can bring some fish home, but you're not keeping an overabundance of fish, and you're not keeping any large fish.
And just talking to, does he want his name up?
Yep. It's deal is done, so it's
Okay.
we can talk about it all we want now.
So just talking to Andy, he made it sound like he's never gone up there and been skunked.
No, we're talking like potential for 100 fish days.
Yeah.
Which is bonkers.
Like he's doing very well.
Yeah.
And he says Canadians don't fish.
Yeah. So if
Which is weird.
any of our listeners are Canadian,
Fill us in.
well, that and come up to camp and show us what the heck's going on.
Yeah.
Show us what you're about.
Gosh darn it, you know.
Gosh darn it, eh?
We're Minnesotan and we fish more than you do.
Well, I'm Canadian now, so
Yeah, Canadian man.
yeah, Canadian man. I'm on your side, guys. I think you can fish. I just wanna see what it's about. You know,
You're
we got
3.5 over par, just trying to make weight down the line there, and you're just not putting in what you need to.
Yep. But talking to Andy, he's like, we're not like, it's not uncommon to get a 48-inch pike.
Mm-hmm. Which is crazy.
He's got a amount of 28s and 29s.
Jeepers.
The 30s still evaded him, but the biggest fish that I've seen through all the camps up there was a 34-inch walleye.
Ooh.
That's disgusting.
That's crazy.
That's nuts. That's
You
a fish of
don't-
a lifetime.
You don't get that here, period. And if you do, you're the only one who's ever done it.
Yeah. The fish of a lifetime that can happen multiple times.
Mhm.
It's just foreign to me. So essentially my job is going to be to go up there and find those big fish.
Yep.
And I'm hoping that we can put some of our customers on
Good fish.
fish of a lifetime.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, yeah, they're going to come up, they're going to catch a lot of fish. But if we can put them on big fish, oh man, it's going to be so cool. I can picture it now, and I just hope it happens the way that I'm picturing it, because I know exactly how I would feel and act.
Right. And
catching that.
react to just
Yeah.
getting something on the line like that. And you're already essentially on vacation, you know, like this will be kind of a vacation spot or a fishing trip, and a mixture of both, obviously. And so you're cutting loose and you're trying to catch this thing, and now you hook on to a fish of a lifetime that you've never caught like that.
Yep.
The reaction is going to be so amazing, and that's where you and I are the same. Is I don't necessarily always need to be fishing.
Yep.
If I can watch somebody else fish and succeed at fishing, that makes my entire day,
Yep.
entire trip, like worth it. Whatever it is, ice fishing, open water fishing, like, because it's exciting.
Even hunting too, dude. Like, you know, helping somebody bag something they've never got, or a
100%.
species of
Yep.
duck that they've never shot. It's so cool. But I am so freaking nervous.
You'll be fine.
I'm so nervous. So I've been watching videos, and trying to make sure that I'm going to be a good guide and whatever. I'm hoping it comes naturally because it's something that I've been dreaming about and I've been prepping for my whole life. But like some of these videos of these young kids having to land somebody's trophy fish,
Yeah.
Help them through that process. And if you fuck that up, oh my God, I don't even know what I would do.
I think that's where, like, when you do go up in May, you're gonna have a little bit of that learning curve of just kind of hauling in these super massive fish.
Yeah.
And you just have to make sure you're like
Cool, calm, and collected.
Yeah, like you cognitively remember what you're doing so you can pass that information
Yep.
on. Like,
Yep. And I think too, like trying to hold your excitement in until the job is fully done.
Right.
Till that fish is in your customer, your client.
Yep.
It's going to come down to, just making sure you're dialed in until that moment.
Yeah, 100%.
So I'll go into a little bit more about what camp is going to be like. We have, I believe it's 6 cabins. We're pretty well booked through the month of June already, which is amazing. But we do have a handful of open dates in July and August. So if anybody's interested, check out Camp Lake St. Joseph. We have cabins that accommodate up to 10 people and as small as a 2 to 4 person. So we definitely have cabins that accommodate to all group sizes. We have boats available for rent, but also plenty of people do bring their own boat up. And we have upgraded sizes and all of that stuff too. We're going to offer rental fish finders and mapping units, shore launches, all that good stuff. And then at the end of the day, we have, a communal area where everybody can sit down and talk about their day, talk about their catches. We're going to have brag boards, all that fun stuff in the cabins and everything. So hopefully at the end of the day, it's just a big group of people who are there to have fun. We can have some camaraderie, have some good times. It's just going to be such a cool event and cool place to be. I'm really excited to get up there and see what it's all about. We got a lot of work ahead of us. Like I said, we just signed off on everything yesterday, so the website needs a little bit refresher. We just got all the social media stuff. So Camp Lake St. Joseph is going to be pretty much where you find us on Instagram, Facebook, website, all that good stuff. So if you guys want to check it out, by all means, we would highly appreciate it. If you're thinking about doing a trip to Canada, it's the place to go. I mean, some of the pictures and videos and stuff that I've seen, it's beautiful. The fishing is amazing. And it's just such a cool place.
It's going to be a cool venture for you.
Yeah, I'm really excited. My wife is a little nervous being apart that long.
Mm-hmm.
We're expecting, like I said, early to middle of May, and getting back end of August, maybe early September, depending on when it gets cold and when we start icing up. But she's going to be up through the month of July, it sounds like, and she's going to come up basically every chance she can get when she's off of work and everything. So it'll be a learning curve being apart, but she's very well aware too that this is an opportunity that I can't hardly pass up. So
yeah, I mean, they're taking pretty good care of you. Big shout out.
Yeah, big shout out to Sarah and Andy. They've been amazing through this whole journey already so far. And
obviously there's a congrats in order to them.
Yeah,
I mean that's a big
huge thing. Yeah, when you're talking, this has been a dream of his for 10, 20 years, and finally locking it down and signing the papers yesterday. So we went out for a big celebratory dinner last night, and yeah, it was just a cool moment. I didn't get there till after everything was done, but just the energy and the excitement, it was contagious. It was a really, really, really cool day.
Yeah, it's such a cool thing to just if you can do something that you're hopeful towards and you're working towards, and then you finally achieve that goal, and that's like the same thing with you, just reaching that point of like, okay, I've got this opportunity to go be a fishing guide in Canada.
Yeah,
Or
or
to-
buy a
you never
resort.
think it's
Yeah,
gonna happen.
no, you know, like these are things that, you know, two different ends of the spectrum, but two people just got to fulfill their lifelong goal basically
Mhm.
in a day. It's wild.
And I hate to see you go,
Yeah.
but I love to watch you leave. You know.
Yep. It's one of those things. It is bittersweet. You know, I'm gonna miss a lot of stuff here, and I sure as hell hope you and friends and family and all of that were able to make things work as far as
Mhm.
getting you up there or coming back and spending a lot of good quality time and everything. But
Mhm.
you know, it's 5 months of the year too, and I'm gonna be back for ice fishing season and waterfowl and all that stuff too. So
Did you say 5?
5 months.
Oh, you said it was 3. Oh
Yeah.
shit! I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
Oh God, dude, don't put that pressure on me. I'll call him and tell him I can't go now.
No, you can't. I won't allow you to do it.
No, it's definitely going to be weird. We're going to 100% continue to do these podcasts. I'll be back a week probably every month. So we'll
Mhm.
do probably an in-person one every
Once a
month,
month,
and then do Zoom and remote ones for the other episodes. So
I'm thinking we're gonna have to upgrade from the gear we're using for that.
yeah, probably.
Again, learning curve.
Yeah,
we'll say
and
it
it'll
100,000 times.
it'll throw
but
another kink into the
Yeah.
curve, but it'll be
just bear with us.
yeah, it'll be totally fine. We'll continue to make good content. The other cool thing that this opens the door for us is we're gonna have some guests.
hmm
Like this opportunity opens that opportunity
Right.
that we're gonna have some pretty cool guests coming on at some point in that duration.
hmm Yeah, we're hoping to get some kind of big names on.
Yeah, and we've got a list of people that we're reaching out to. Some have confirmed, some are tentative, some haven't gotten back to us yet. But
Mhm.
I will tell you, there's some big names, and you guys are probably familiar with them if you're at all into the outdoor stuff. So we'll have some footage, we'll have some podcast stuff. I'm hoping they bring their camera people and we can get some stuff that way.
That
And
would be so cool.
it's going to be really, really neat. We're going to be able to get some insight from people who have been doing this even longer than we have. And
By
people,
a lot, and I mean have a
Yeah.
bigger following,
and who are very proficient at the technological and the videography side of
Mhm.
things.
Yeah, I mean we're sitting in my garage right now.
Yeah, and they're running full production operations.
Right. We're sitting with a $35 mic.
Yep. $50
$100
soundboard and mic.
soundboard
Yeah.
and mic set.
Yeah. Right.
And
$50 a piece.
We're just trying to, get some good content out, and that's the only goal. And so we're gonna keep upgrading as we go. But
Yep.
to get the insight of some of these
Yeah, and I think a lot of the stuff we'll do is we'll be picking their brains on how to be better at this stuff,
people.
while at the same time picking their brain on the specific stuff that they do very, very well in the outdoor scene. There's going to be people who are very, very good at walleye fishing.
Yeah. Which we're not.
No.
Not yet. We're working on it.
Yeah. And, just being able to have that insight from true professionals that do this as a career, like, at the end goal, that it's kind of a dream of ours.
Mm-hmm.
To get some insight and some interaction with those type of people, I think it's going to help level up everything that we're doing.
Well, you have to start somewhere, and that's the thing. Like we've been fishing, we've been hunting, we've been doing these things, the entirety of our life. Which at this point we're still under 30, so the entirety of our life isn't that much. But also now we're adding a whole new direction to it, which
Just
is
another element.
documenting it.
Yep.
And so to have 40 years experience, 30 years experience plus documentation of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And then just learning what they're doing and how they did it. And because they started somewhere too.
Well, and that's the cool thing too. When we were first contemplating doing this stuff, we had our people that we look up to, and we watch their stuff and listen to their stuff regularly, and we're like, wow, you dream to aspire to do what they do.
Right.
And then you take a step back and you go way, way, way back into their careers, and you listen to where they start, and you're like, okay, like, you just have to start.
Yeah.
It's never going to be perfect in the beginning.
Mm-mm.
You're going to learn as you go. You're going to develop as influencers, as people in front of a camera and a mic, and eventually you just get better at it.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, that's with anything. Like, so just for a good example of it, I started out as a cleanup kid
Oh yeah.
at Whistys.
Yeah.
And 11 or 12 years now. I'm a manager. I know how to do literally everything in that store now.
Yep. It's just the career progression that just
Mhm.
takes nothing but time and consistency and effort.
Yeah, you grind, then you grind, and then you grind some more, and you just become proficient at it.
Yeah,
Like,
and sometimes you slip and fall and stumble and flop on your face.
and in the meat market, that's a literal term.
Literal. Yeah. Yeah, you might step and slip on.
I've literally slipped and fell. I actually did a double knee inversion.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah.
Huh.
At one point.
Huh.
I don't know if it's like a legitimate thing, but and I'll be honest, I was fucking around.
Yeah.
Deer shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little rowdy.
But both of my legs slipped outward.
Knees went in.
My knees went inward and hit the floor.
And if you know anything about anatomy, that's just not how that knee joint works.
I can sum it up in one word right now. You ready for it? Ouch.
Yeah. Ouch. I can feel it just with you explaining that.
I think there's a good chance that day I tore both of my meniscus.
Your menisci?
Menisci?
Uh-uh.
Menisci?
Uh-uh. What? Yeah. You might want to get a...
I'm pretty sure. I think
probably need an MRI, probably.
Since that day, I'm pretty sure I've had
yeah.
And that was like almost 8 years ago.
Yeah.
So,
it makes a lot of sense.
But moral of the story is you have to start somewhere, and that's what we're doing. We're starting here. The quality isn't 100%. It's never going to be. But we're excited about this stuff. We're passionate about this stuff, and we want to pass that on to other people who are passionate about it. And just share what the experience is like, because you're about to go on a journey that you have never done before.
No, and it's crazy because you dream of it. You hope one day, I'm a realist. I didn't ever think this was possible.
No.
And that may be naive because you could argue anything is possible. And now it's living proof of that, But at the same time, like, this was so unexpected and so foreign. And at a time in my life, it felt so far out of reach that it was just something where it's like, I'll just, be a supplement salesman for the rest of my life.
Right. I mean, you had kind of a large year last year to where it was like something you had been doing for what,
10 years almost, you transition out of that and you kind of dive into something you're really passionate about to make you happy and fulfilled again, but at the same time accepting the fact that like the end goal is, it's a strong feat. It's a long ways off. And then all of a sudden it comes out of nowhere and it's there right in front of you and you can't help but just run.
Well, you have to.
Yeah.
So you, after 10 years at a company, I'm just going to give a little backstory
Yeah,
here.
yep.
10 years at a company, they kind of shit the bed
Yep.
on. Well, they were treating you like shit. They're like, hey, we're essentially replacing you and you're going to downgrade to this. And you were one of the top stores in said company.
Yep.
And they're like, we're bringing this person in. And you said, if you bring them in, I'm done.
Yep.
And they tried to call your quote unquote bluff, but it wasn't a bluff.
It wasn't a bluff. Yep. And I was
It
very
was for real.
Yeah, I was very strong rooted in that decision and I had fully accepted it. You know, it was a weird pill to swallow after 10 years of my life, but I knew it was probably time for a change. And I chose to do what I thought was best for my family and, just, grunt it and bust my ass, and try to make up that money that I thought I had in a career job.
And that's where we're similar too, is just we're family first people.
Yep.
I'm going to do what's best for my family 100% of the time.
Yep. And
regardless of job, regardless of
anything. So we had the full intention of doing this regardless of our scenario, through our day jobs and everything like that. And obviously, talking about this is where our passion is at. So making a career out of your passion is amazing. And I think ultimately something everybody should strive to do. And at the time, it just wasn't even in the cards. And sometimes stuff just transpires and it works itself out. And I can't help but think that if I would have stuck it out at that company and continued to, just play by corporate rules and let them kind of do whatever they thought was appropriate, even though I didn't agree with it, that this would have never, ever even happened.
Right. And that's where, I don't know, as cliche as it is, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
And luckily for you, your reasons are finally showing the cards.
Yeah, it was really weird, not to get like super religious or anything. But my wife said, after that whole transition, that she was praying that my passion would turn into something for me. And ironically, like literally a month later, this opportunity happened, and I got approached with the potential of this happening. And then just yesterday, we put pen to paper and finished the deal.
Yeah. And so it's happening.
And it's happening.
It's real.
Literally
it's
like
a tangible thing now.
Months later, not even 3 months.
Which is amazing. I mean, it's...
So yeah, if we can be cheesy...
You hold in there, you think it's all going down south, but realistically, something comes about it.
Yeah, and you can't help but think that there's some sort of plan in place with all of it, and that it works itself out. But at the same time, keep your head up and trudge through the shit, and keep pursuing your dreams, and don't ever settle, because
you don't have to.
No, you don't have to, and there's something better on the other side. And if there's not, you can go make something better.
It's pretty easy to get into a rut, and I'm a big advocate for this.
Yeah,
for multiple reasons. And my last year and a half hasn't been great, and that's why, honestly, this podcast just gives me hope.
Yeah,
in general, because it's something we're collectively passionate about, and we're going to get some really good content by you going up there, and
it's just something,
and then by me visiting you.
Yeah, and you have to come, dude. I mean,
I'm going to have to bring the bug, so she better learn to fish pretty quick.
And that's fine. I think you can put a rod in her hand, and she can accidentally catch her first fish up there. So,
and then I'll just reel it in and claim it as mine.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. She'll get a picture holding it.
Yep.
no, this experience is going to be super cool, I think.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be a big learning curve, though. It's not going to be as simple. Like, I'm anticipating for you that you're going to go up there, and I'm thinking you're going to be frustrated for a little while.
Oh,
I
I can
guarantee it.
I can only imagine, like, a brand new lake, and it's massive,
Mm-hmm.
and there's tons of structure.
And plus, have you ever been to Canada?
Canada? No, I have not.
So there you go.
First time getting a passport. Gonna be first time crossing a border, leaving the country.
Yep.
I have no idea what to expect from that alone.
Yep.
Can't help but be terrified that like something weird's gonna happen, and I'm just gonna get like handcuffed and thrown into Canadian prison and just never be heard of ever again.
We'll do a podcast from prison.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna.
Can I take my one phone call?
Yeah, everyone's gonna have to accept the call.
Yeah.
From Canadian jail. You're gonna hear the little voice like, the Canadian jail system would like you to accept the call.
From Max Burley.
Max Burley. It's just gonna be your voice, and everybody's gonna have to like click accept. But we're still gonna do the podcast. But it's only gonna be like 15 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know what their limit on their phone calls are, but I bet it's not an hour. So we'll make it
What are you
short.
gonna do in Canadian jail to be able to do that, Max?
Yeah, I don't know.
What are you gonna do to get into Canadian jail?
Okay, nothing. I have no reason that I would not.
You're not going to jail.
Yeah,
you're not going to jail.
But you know what I mean. Like it's something new. It's something intimidating.
You're in a foreign country, regardless. I mean, it's like,
and they have different rules and different things, and it's going to be a learning curve. New lake, going in blind. It's massive. We have the tools in place for me to learn it. I'm very, very efficient with electronics.
Mm-hmm.
Can't help but think I'm just going to idle along our 20-mile portion of the lake.
Yep.
And side scan and just, spend some time mapping it and figure it out.
Just start picking it apart.
Yep.
I mean, the same way you would fish
anywhere else.
Any lake. Yes. There's some R&D that's going to be involved, and you're going to get it. You're going to do just fine.
Yep. Now,
he's going to be a wonderful guide.
Yeah. But please book with me. I don't even know.
He's a greenhorn to Canada, but he's not a greenhorn to fish.
No,
and that's something to be said in general, because the same fish exist in this lake that exists down here.
Yes.
It doesn't matter in my personal experience.
No, I again haven't been to Canada, but I can't imagine the techniques that work down here don't work up there.
It's an animal.
Yeah, it's a concept. You approach it the same way. Now, that being said, I'm a bass guy at heart.
Mm-hmm. Big bass guy.
I have only had bass boats, so transitioning to a tiller and operating a boat that way, probably a little bit of a learning curve. But I'm very, very excited to expand on that skill set. I from everybody that I've talked to, you get pretty damn good at boat handling when you do it every day.
Right.
There's just no way around it.
And you're gonna go up there and you're gonna put in the work. I mean, there's never been a time where I could look at this guy and be like, he's not putting in the work. It's
just limping my way through it. Yeah.
You're a grinder, dude, and you're gonna do well.
And I can't help but think that, that's gonna be amplified times 10 doing something that I love.
Yeah, you're not going to work anymore.
No.
You're out there having fun. You're doing what you love to do, and you're gonna do it proficiently, and you're gonna do it with love. And no, you're gonna do it with your whole heart involved in it. And regardless if it's cheesy, cliche, whatever you want to say, it's a passion, and we both have said passion, but you've been working towards this your whole life, and this is what you want to do. And so you're going to put all of your mindset into it, and you're going to make it great.
Thanks, dude. It means a lot.
And
I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, go for it. No, I mean, legitimately, this is going to be probably one of the most memorable times of your life.
Yeah.
And that's a huge thing. I mean, you need to hold on to that and remember that. And when it gets tough and it gets, you're having a rough day, your rough day is going to just be in comparison to doing something you're not enjoying
Yeah.
versus doing something that you've worked so hard to be good at and worked so hard to be proficient at. And you're going to get in there and you're going to be like, holy shit, this is a challenge. And then you're like, you have that drive
Let's
to
go.
where it's like, this is a challenge.
Yep. Buckle up because I'm gonna
Let's
fucking
go.
figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. And so you can put all of yourself into this, and it's just going to make you a better person.
Yeah.
It's going to make you a better fisherman. It's going to make you get these people on these fish. It's the headphones. We're getting new headphones.
Yeah, that might be the next thing that we upgrade and then forget to upgrade and then cancel it and then
Nope, I might just order them now. We're gonna get like Beats or something.
That'd be cool.
I might just order a whole new soundboard.
Yeah.
I might just spend the money.
Just screw it and just start over.
Spend $1,000 on it.
All right. Scratch the whole episode. We're gonna just restart the whole thing.
No.
We'll do our best to clean this up.
Congrats.
Thanks, dude.
I want to say congrats. You're doing what you love. You're going to get into a whole new chapter of your life. This thing is going to be so different. It's going to be very foreign, but also like very familiar at the same time.
Yeah, and I think very fulfilling too.
Yes.
Like I think that's what I'm most excited about.
There's the scary factor of it, and I get why you're nervous because you're leaving, your wife and what you've created here too.
Yeah,
But you're not like leaving your wife. It's just a new chapter that.
Danny, if you hear this, I'm not divorcing you to go to Canada.
No. There's no D word involved at all. But I'm excited for you.
Maybe, damn, that's a giant fish.
Yeah, I'm excited for your family. It is good all around because you're gonna just become. You're just gonna be a better person.
Yeah.
For it.
Well, and at the end of the day, too, if the whole being away thing is the limiting factor, I'm gonna take home a skill set that I'm hoping that I can apply anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping that, obviously I hope this works out and it's a long-term thing and I can move my wife up to Canada and I never come home and I'm never no.
Fuck you.
I'm just kidding, dude. But you know what I mean? Like I hope this is a long-term thing. But at the end of the day, like the skills that I'm going to learn and develop, they're going to go with me wherever I go for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I think it's great. And I think we're going to have some exciting content for it. So stay tuned because we're going to have some good stuff for you guys here coming up. And I think we should do some updates and, we can have some filler stuff like with you just being up there and starting to do some renovations and so on and so forth.
Like even just some of the stuff we're working on here, like you're helping out with a lot of stuff in the shop too. And now that we can officially talk about it, we're going to post some more stuff on what we're working on. There's going to be some wiring and electronic stuff on the boat when it comes in.
Yeah, we just put decals on a boat.
Yeah, like
never done that before.
There's just going to be stuff that we're working on as far as shop stuff and just preparation.
Which is what we're all about because we're in the shop
right now.
Shop stuff.
All the time. And we're DIY guys. We're very hands-on. Andy's the same way. Shifty's the same way.
Yep.
Like we're in there, maybe not doing everything right, but we're damn sure doing it. And that's going to be what the next couple months are like.
What is right?
Well, I think we're right. I think at the
We're
end of the day,
right.
we get it right.
What we're doing is right.
Yeah.
And there's no wrong or right in this. We're just doing what we can to make this the best experience possible for
Yep.
everybody who's going to be involved in this. And we're hoping you hear this and we get some people up there.
Yeah. Yeah. And I would love to have this scenario where somebody hears this and they're like, "Yo, Max, I'd heard you and Ty's podcast, and we want to book a trip," or
Mhm.
"Hey, we booked and we're coming in today," or
Yep.
something crazy cool like that. Like that'd be amazing.
Yeah. And we're not opposed to guests. So if you're doing the same shit we're doing, we'll have you on,
Yeah.
honestly. It's
Reach out. By all means, we're very, very active with engaging with our community. So please reach out.
we like people.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love talking to new people.
100%.
We're both just friendly guys who just like bullshitting and
Yeah. I mean, just looking back at like some of these people who have reached out and said that they enjoyed the first episode, I'm like, oh, that dude is sick. Like, let's have him on the podcast.
yeah.
Like, let's talk with somebody else. Like,
Yep.
We're hearing great feedback, and we would love to continue to hear feedback from you. And like you said, Ty, I mean, if somebody wants to come on and talk about something, we would absolutely love it.
Mm-hmm. We're very family based. We're very just community based, and we love this community of fishing, hunting, outdoors people,
Outdoors, hands-on,
camping, whatever you
like,
got.
yeah. And anybody who lives this life of the DIY house husband, outdoorsman,
Mm-hmm.
shopsman, woodworking, like it's just right up our alley, and we really enjoy talking to people about this stuff. So
reach out, let us know what's good, let us know what's bad. We're gonna keep working on just being the best, and that's what we're hoping for, is just getting this content out there and just trying to be the best, and that's what we strive for.
Yep, every day. And I think too, in conclusion, wherever you're supporting us from, we appreciate you guys so much.
Yep.
Like I said, we'll be on Apple, YouTube. We are on Spotify and Google.
Mm-hmm.
If you're listening on any of those platforms and you feel inclined to support us on any of the other ones, it goes a mile.
Yeah.
It's super helpful.
We're gonna keep grinding this out. If we got one follower who's interested, I mean, it's better than zero. So.
No, and it makes it 100% worth it.
Yep. We're just trying to spread the knowledge, spread some
enjoyment,
shop talk,
spread some
and you can never have enough good friends.
No, and that's the end goal. I'd like to make some new friends and meet some new people out of all of this stuff. And we have. I mean,
yeah,
through some of the other social media stuff and even just some of the people reaching out about episode 1, it's really, really cool to have those connections with people and just have that create, and initiate a conversation with somebody is really, really neat. But yeah, at the end of the day, we're going to continue to do these on a weekly basis. If you want to follow along to our other socials to see our day-to-day stuff, Burley Outdoors is where I post a lot of my stuff. Ty helps out and moderates a lot of that stuff as well. You'll see a lot of our projects and stuff like that on there. And if you want to check out the campsite, Camp Lake St. Joseph, Northwest Ontario, visit the website, the Facebook, or the Instagram. Like I said, we just kind of took all of that stuff over, so it's going to be improving as we go. But you'll see a lot of the Canada-based stuff on those platforms.
We're gonna keep moving forward with it, and we appreciate and love all you who are following us. So this seems like a pretty good time to just wrap it up tonight. I appreciate you guys we both appreciate you listening. And I'm just gonna raise a little bit of a toast. Here's to the next endeavor.
The Canadian Club.
The Canadian Club. There's the good ching right there.
Cheers,
and,
buddy. I really appreciate all the support and everything.
Yeah, man. We love you, and I'm hoping for the best for you.
Thanks, dude.
And I'm obviously always here, and I'll be back here in Minnesota, still just talking about Minnesota stuff, and you'll be up.
That's
in
all
Canada,
right.
Talk about the Canucks.
It broadens our horizon. So, on that note, we'll close it out. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in again.
Tune in next week, and we'll see you there.
Peace out, Cub Scouts.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it, and have a good night.